Hey guys, I'm really happy to present a review of this unique custom Batmobile. This model was created by Lucas. He goes by the Incinerator 14 and a few other aliases on different sites, in which I'll have the links to in the description below. The design is inspired by how it appears from the Injustice Gods Among Us video game, and from the Batman The Return one-shot comic by Grant Morrison and David Finch. Through some online interaction, I actually found out that Lucas designed and built this Lego model based on the Eagle Moss car model. He describes the design as interesting due to the 6-wheel setup, giving it an APC feel. If you look through his Flickr stream, you'll notice that this isn't his first rodeo. He designed and built a version prior to this, and that one also looks good, but this new one definitely takes the cake. In my opinion, this version is an improvement in nearly every aspect. The front end resembles a hammerhead design, which makes sense considering that it's pretty much used as a battering ram against your opponents in the video game and the comics. I really like the use of the classic car front grille element. I think it's pretty much perfect for this model. The headlights are represented well by the use of these 1x1 round trans-clear tile pieces. These tile pieces, mounted sideways, is a really great way in closing the gap between the front wheels and the hammerhead front end design. Many details on top of the vehicle are executed and implemented very well. The raised armor plating near the front is simulated by having an additional plate worth of thickness added by these tiles and slope pieces. The combination of the cylinder piece and round plate and pre-molded hood scoop element is used to good effect in representing the vehicle's full engine. I really like how these lights up here are implemented because I would have done things differently. They are made up of trans-clear round plates that attach to the fairly new single round plate piece that has a bar at one end. In this case, the bar end is connected to the body, which allows the light to be held in place. These smaller black wheels are always a challenge to obtain since they're quite uncommon on Bricklink, but I think that they complete the militarized look of this vehicle. The minifigure hands help simulate the engine exhaust pipes, and it's probably my favorite design and feature of this build. It's really interesting to see other people's interpretation of how things would appear in Lego form. I probably would have taken a different approach, but I think the minifigure hands are absolutely perfect in simulating the pipes extruding up, out, and at an angle. The various greebling detail in front of the windscreen is very well executed. The single plate tiles and ingot element are very well used and positioned in giving it that armored appearance. These curved slope pieces help round out the mid-body. And speaking of the windscreen, wow! It's just absolutely perfect for this model. I call it the Nexo windscreen, but the element in this particular color is currently only available in one new creator set. It adds a very unique vertical diamond shape and adds a level of sleekness to an otherwise very rugged aesthetic. The Nexo shield in black is another NPU, nice part usage. Its lines line up with the windscreen pretty well and provides the thinnest amount of roof coverage. The detail on the roof makes it look very aerodynamic with the curved slope piece. The vents and design for the sides is very well done. The different lengths and angles of these wedge plate pieces is really pleasing to look at. At first glance, you wouldn't notice that Lucas went through the trouble of capturing the small angles and details that went into the design of the sides, such as the slope 1x1 here to simulate an angle that goes up to the rear fender. The light right above the rear wheels are implemented in a similar fashion as the ones in the front. The rear wheels themselves is from the Speed Champion line and thus are larger than the front ones, giving the vehicle a very staggered look. The rear fender is also from the Speed Champion line and looks fantastic here. The fender line looks so good lined up with the side vents and with the rear bumper. I dislike bat wings on my Batmobiles, but these are actually dragon wings, so it's okay. Just kidding. In all seriousness, these actually look better than the curved slope pieces used to simulate the vehicle's spoiler wings from Lucas's previous design. The rear bumper is surprisingly very smooth looking, which is accurate to the Eagle Moss model. These slope pieces cleverly help allude to a very downward sloping design. The exhausts are accurately positioned. It would have been nice to have representation for the rear tail lights, but that would have been very difficult to implement while still maintaining the curve of the rear fender. Here are some additional still images comparing the Eagle Moss car model with Lucas's Lego model. And here's a look of it next to some of Lucas's other beautiful designs. This design and build was masterly crafted. Lucas has done it again and produced a model that is beautifully detailed and accurate to the reference material. Now that you've heard my thoughts, it's your turn to share with me and the other viewers with yours in the comments below. This is One Battle One, signing out.